So gold and silver update for you, and you know what? Let's get straight into it. Don't place a trade based on what you'll see in this video because there is no guarantees of making a profit in the market. It takes you a long time to become a good trader. So this video here is just to educate you to become a much better trader. Alrighty traders, so let's get straight into it with a bit of a gold and silver update. Traders, I'm running a flash sale, $7 only. You can see it on the screen there. See all the stuff there? Magical, $7, link in description. Now, quick little update on gold and silver. A lot of people have been downgrading and getting and not liking gold and silver right now, especially gold, right? Gold, people are like, oh my goodness, I wish I was in the crypto market and not gold because gold sucks and cryptos don't. Well, here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing. I want you to, you know what? I want to give you a bit of a story here, okay? Because I want you to think about this in the cycle of things of how every asset price generally goes, okay? We go through booms and we go through bust cycles, right? But what happens after the bust? We flatten out. We don't do too much for a while. It's a bit of a quiet period. And then guess what? And then we start to go through another boom again, right? That's the cycle here. And I'll give you an example. There is, for you guys that are down here for you guys that are here in Australia, for you guys that are not in Australia, right? We have Sydney on one side of of Australia, and on the other side of Australia, Western Australia, which is where like the Perth place is. For you guys that don't know, Perth, Western Australia, which is on the other side of, if you look at Australia, you've got Sydney on one side of Australia, the other side of Australia, that's where I'm talking about, right? So if you have, let me see, can I draw Australia? What does Australia look like? Right? Here's where I am, right under here, right? All right? Jump in here and have fun with the great white shark. All right? But then on the other side, actually down here, it's actually down here. This is where that I'm talking about, this place down here, okay? Now here's the thing. This is very, 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 very subjective to the mining sector. All right, so this is very mining sector centric. So they had a mining boom, but then guess what? They also had a mining crash, and they crashed about 60%. Massive, massive, massive crash, 60%. And then they flattened out for a good 2 or 3 years. And maybe actually about 3 or 4 or 5 years, right? They did nothing. And I was telling people, like, that's the place to invest right now. If you're looking at a 20-year view of good asset prices, the buy low, sell high, then buying at Perth is the place. Why? Because we had a big boom, we had a bust, we've been quiet for quite some time. There's going to come a time where what? We go through another big boom again. And then we go, and now guess what's happening right now? We're going through another big boom. I'll give you another example, right? Let's go back to here. Let's go back to that good old Australia map. Where's that Australia? All right. Right. That's I don't even know how to draw my own country. Anyway, so I'm over here, right? I'm right here. This is where I am in the good old Sydney, right? And then just above Sydney is right here is called Gold Coast. You guys know the good old Gold Coast here. So what happened with Gold Coast roughly about 15, 16 years ago is they went the same thing, right? All massive, just mansions and even the unit market, that thing crashed around 60%, right? Around 60%. And I know my mentor, he actually went and scooped up a place for about $1 million, right? Just over $1 million. $1 million, okay? So $1 million, he scooped it up there. That was about 15, 16 years ago when the market crashed, right? He went and scooped in, and now this is a mansion, big, beautiful house, right on the water, so on and so forth, right? Big, beautiful house. So about $1 million. Guess what it's worth right now? And guess what it's worth right now? About $5 to $6 million. Right, and I'm pretty sure he sold it, maybe even 4 to 5, somewhere over there. But we're talking about a massive, massive leap from where he bought it to where he even sold it just recently. So the purpose of me telling you the story here is this: a lot of people, when things don't do too well in the markets, they want to run from it. Right? There's plenty of markets out there right now, like Evergrande. People want to run away from Evergrande. Evergrande could be one of those things. Just like when oil went negative, it was like, oh my goodness. Anyway, I'll do another video on that. But we can see here, right, that gold is like, that's like the Perth, the Western Australia. Gold is like, to me, is like what I've just mentioned just there, right? So I do see, even though we may get this here, with the back of what's happening here, unless the Fed starts to put on the brakes a lot and really, really quickly when it comes to inflation, when it comes to all that sort of stuff, if they don't start to raise interest rates really quickly and taper really quickly to try to calm down inflation, there's $3.5 trillion on the sideline. There is 0% interest rates, and they're going to slowly start tapering. If they do that, right? If they do that, then inflation is going to keep getting worse and worse and worse. And there will come a point in time where gold will start to catch up massively. A lot of people are forgetting about gold right now. Remember I said before about cycles. The big problem is most people want to invest in like crypto where, we've already went from 10,000 to 60,000 on crypto. If you're looking for long-term good opportunities, jump on the long-term trends when no one wants to get involved with it.